that mindset.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
I want to show you something
It
else.
was
So we're going to go look at this channel right here. This is these guys right here. I've never watched them. I ran across them last night. Why the church did what it did, why the statement was released like it was, yada, yada, yada. It's telling. You kind of learn something here.
Like, frankly, I'm really disturbed by, as I look at this, I'm going, hold on here a second. The church says that in the statement, it says the Church of Jesus Christ has never endorsed, supported, or represented OUR, or Operation Underground Railroad, Tim Ballard, or any projects associated with them. Okay, just so that we're clear, Tim Ballard is an author in the Deseret book website right now.
True believing Mormons right here. True believing Mormons. So, right?
Like, lots of books by him that are being sold by the church's publisher. In addition, like, Elder Ballard is on record on the church's website talking about Tim Ballard as his close friend.
Which is not his grandson. Wink, wink.
They had a story up on the church's website that was about Operation Underground Railroad in the...
Bruh, y'all come out of it. Just come out. Just, yes, it doesn't make sense. Leave this church in the dust.
faith promoting stories section. Like, I mean, yeah, you could legally parse that out and say, well, we didn't.
See how technical I'm showing you this so you can see how literal, technical, legal, the legalities, like he's doing right now.
Technically endorse it or support or represent,
That's very double speakish, if you did, which they are doing. Not them, but, higher ups.
Because no financial money exchange. But it's like, what? And then I want to ask, well, when it says that he uses his name for...
That's it. So it's something that Ballard, Elder Ballard, does not want to be attached to, that's coming out right now in real time about these allegations and harassment allegations, and so I'm wondering if, because that's all it is. It's not like what they did with Chad and Lori, because there's a big possibility that the church could be using this to spin this just to project and deflect, and it kind of throws everybody off, right? It smoke and mirrors. That's all I can say. It's a distraction, maybe. Chad and Lori weren't starting a cult, and so one of the tactics is to basically discredit them, distance themselves, make them lose all credibility with their peers.
Promoting story section. Like, I mean, yeah, you could legally parse that out and say, well, we didn't technically endorse it or support or represent, because no financial money exchange. But it's like, what? And then I want to ask, well, when it says that he uses his name for his, for his own personal benefit. Okay.
I mean, they share.
What do we mean by that?
Because that's his not.
Like, this is really vague. Did he? Because like here's one scenario. One scenario, he's in a meeting with.
Do you see how every believing Mormon is having to spend all this brain cells on trying to figure this out, because the church don't have the balls to just confront things like normal people, like adults. Okay, that's what pisses me off. It's just like, quit being children, quit starting the shit, quit stirring the pot. Okay. Be big, my 7-year-old's bigger than everybody, the whole hierarchy in this church. I'm telling you, it's very disappointing. It's disheartening. And they never draw a hard line. They never say, hey, stop your shit. And so I really am of the opinion that the church promotes this behavior. They like doing this to their membership, their members. And that's disturbing to me on a whole nother level, because they've got to keep them manipulated and brainwashed and indoctrinated. You got to pay the Pied Piper. You got to pay the middleman. You got to pay the troll to cross the bridge. And it's gross. It's gross.
With a bunch of people. And he says, and I'm actually close friends with Elder Ballard, and then blah, blah, blah goes on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a good member of my church. I'm even friends with Elder Ballard, yada, yada. Like, okay, is that claiming an endorsement in order for your financial gain?
No, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to, because they're just spinning it.
Now, on the other hand, if he went into some meeting and he said, me and Elder Ballard, we went in a room, we prayed together, and Jesus appeared to both of us, and he told me.
He gave Tim and Catherine, his wife, a special blessing. So I'm sure they've had their second anointing. They're exalted. They're one of the 144,000.
He and Elder Ballard that, it's a secret thing between us, but you all need to donate money to my organization. Otherwise, the Lord will be upset with you. Like, that's quite a different thing.
Now,
right?
Hold that thought, right? Hold my beer.